Hello everybody, this is General Snivy, and after 3 long freaking trips to that evil nest, we can now finally put the second part of this side quest behind us. Because now I gotten all the Cosmos seeds I needed, and yeah. Today we're going to be getting even more Cosmos seeds and several other things that are almost impossible to find. So the next invention has successfully been completed. Oh, by the way, in order to get the next set of the next part of the side quest ready, once he leaves the pub, just exit, re-enter, and he'd go like, "Oh, boo-hoo, my invention turned out to be a major failure. Everything is wrong. I'm bad. I suck at life. Yeah." So it gives you your pay, and the next part of the side quest is now open. Now it's time for the last part of this godforsaken side quest. This part, we have to gather 3 more sets of ingredients. And this is going to create his ultimate thing. 30 drops of parasitic oil, 18 scoops of cosmos sand, and a single night bloom seed. So basically we're going to be going back through the nest, and we're going to be getting more of the cosmos seeds, a night bloom seed, and the oil which we need to get. Gonna be jolly of fun. One of the rare monsters has cosmos seeds, and the other, which actually is known as the Yvalock, or whatever the name of this place is, its nest, it's actually the name of a monster that is living here. Kinda obvious. And it actually has a night bloom seed. I think on the last Remnant wiki, it mentions that it's almost always gonna drop one of those things. Well, in all actuality, it really doesn't. It doesn't always drop the night bloom seed of which you need in order to complete this side quest in its entirety. Sometimes it'll drop it, sometimes it won't. Oh, but I think it does have a relatively high percentage of actually having the thing drop. And we're going to be encountering these things quite a bit throughout the nest. Also, we're going to be exploring the very last bit of this area because this is the last area which we've unlocked within the final part of this side quest. Which is freaking awesome because this side quest is soon going to be over. Over and done with. Yes! Finally! It's almost over. We're in your debt. Come back in one piece. And keep your sanity too, because we like your sanity. As for enemy roll call, there's enemies that are the name of this place. They're going to be popping up quite a bit, but not as often as another kind of evil scorpion-like thing that is blue as opposed to gray. And it's going to be popping out quite a bit more frequently now that we cleaned out pretty much all the evil butterflies. Well, except for one. And it is actually classified as a rare monster. No, really, it really is. You shall soon see what I mean. Also, in this particular video, I pretty much used the largest amount of raw recordings that I've used throughout this project, and again, very short segments of one another. Most of them were like about 4 or 5 minutes. I think one was like about 11 minutes or something. One of those things. It was short. And thankfully I was able to put everything together without too much of an issue. And Vegas didn't freak out on me and be like, "Yeah, I can't do this. Overload. Boom. Vegas has stopped working. Do you wish to send a report? No, I don't want to send a report. Send a report. Great, now we gotta sit here for 5 minutes while it's doing absolutely nothing!
Okay, later.
So, what else is there to talk about today other than my squeaky chair? It's uncomfortable, my butt's starting to hurt even though I do get up in between recording sessions. I don't really stand up for that long, it's more or less a minute or two. Just so I can rest my butt and make sure it's okay and it doesn't go numb. Okay, the enemy of which I was talking about earlier is known as the Birdwing? Or is it the Batwing? Come on, exit, please. Birdwing, that's it, Birdwing. And this enemy too glitched through my time shift and didn't lock on until I actually executed it outside the time shift. But thankfully it didn't run into me and just execute the battle and overall ruin my day. One other thing as well, it thankfully didn't ruin my day and it's not an annoying enemy. Thank God. Even though this enemy is strong and does cast some annoying attacks, it doesn't summon reinforcements constantly, which is something I'm really thankful for. More or less the Birdwing is going to be using Double Slap and I think Butterfly Dream quite a bit throughout the fight. It'll also attack regularly as well. If you can poison this thing, that'll actually be really helpful because it deals like 30-some thousand in damage, you know, when it attacks. Which is freaking awesome. It really is, and it's incredibly helpful. Because I can't deal that much damage with any of our attacks. Not right now, but hey, I'm just saying, it's what it is. It's what's happening. It's what's hip. It's what's in. And I'm not full of swagger. One other thing that people are probably going to be rejoicing over, but now I'm hearing that this is no longer true. And this is what's going on. According to a tweet by Justin Bieber, he's actually going to be retiring. Which I'm really thankful for because I really don't care for his music. I don't really care. I'm not saying I hate his music. I just don't care for it, and it's like, you know that one South Park episode when the tween wave turned out to be nothing but poop noises again and again? It was like something like that.
Don't be discouraged.
That's pretty much what many people are classifying Justin Bieber's music to be like, myself included. So, what is my opinion on Justin Bieber retiring? Rejoice! I'm happy! So freaking happy! At least he's doing something else with his life. I don't freaking care. Some people may wish him dead. I don't. I don't wish anyone dead, because if you do that, then it's going to come back and bite you in the butt and seriously hurt someone who you really care about and love and cherish. So in other words, I believe in karma. Deal with it. Karma is real. I've seen it happen, and it has been proven to exist. Oh yeah, here we go. White out 4, baby. Launch that freaking thing. Let's tear everyone apart. Or more or less deal some really large... We'll deal a lot of damage. And do awesome things. Because, why not?
Now to victory!
What else is there really to say about this evil Birdwing? There really isn't much of anything else to say, just like everyone else, give it everything you got and pound it to the ground. But it will cast annoying attacks, so be on the lookout for that. It also has a chance of silencing you with butterfly dreams, so be on the lookout for that as well, and have another union on standby who can use refresh and, you know, cure the ailment that is silence and whatnot. I seriously can't speak today, can I? Now I need another drink.
What?
Also, that double slap nearly killed everyone. Oh jeez. Wow. Bottle cap blew out of my hand, water spilled on me. Not fun. I hate it when that happens. It's like you can't hold on to a thing at all. We all have those days when it just seems like everything just flies out of our hands and it's like, dude, come on! Kind of reminds me of this one episode of SpongeBob SquarePants when Squidward is addicted to playing this crane game, whatever it is. Yeah, it pretty much is a crane game. He's addicted to playing that game, and it's like sometime after he got home, he can't hold on to anything at all. It just, he grabs it and then it just drops out of his hand. And it happens again and again and again until the next day. That was a pretty good episode. I really liked that one. And that episode is basically what was happening right now in a nutshell. To me. In real life. Not what's happening on screen. Also the chair, I know it's getting annoying. Sorry. My butt is not happy. Deal with it. Can't wait till I'm able to get myself a new office chair. Oh man. Seriously can't freaking wait. Till I'm able to get the money together to do it. Speaking of money, I really would like to get some money together so I can be able to get myself a subscription to Neon Alley. Because I really am thinking of getting a subscription for that service. I really am, because it has shows like Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. They even have One Piece, which is freaking awesome. I didn't think that something from Viz Media also had some Funimation animations. That is really interesting. It really is. I know, because I looked at a couple of reviews, and I've also seen in the channel lineup a little bit. Or in their schedule, whatever. Who cares? Neon Alley is interesting. End of story. Will this birdwing go down pretty please? After near death again because of double slapping to death? Die! Please, just die. Damn it. What else is there to talk about? To tell the truth, I'm not exactly sure at this very moment, but we'll figure something out. Well, there we go. Birdwing is finally dead. Thank God it's over. Unfortunately, Pagus and his team couldn't get any sort of benefits from the enemy being defeated. Not right now. And here's one of the enemies that I was previously talking about. This enemy is blue and he loves to murder people because murdering people is fun, especially especially during this dungeon. Thankfully, it's not hard to take down, but it is required to fight these things quite a bit in order to get all the Cosmos Sands that you need in order to finish this side quest. One thing I should mention is that thing has a very big tendency to spam tail arrow, and depending on your battle rank, it will show, more powerful variants of it. For me, it was tail arrow 3. Could be tail arrow 2 if you have a low battle rank. And again, it's probably first. I don't know. But either way, it uses that attack almost constantly. Unless it gets paralyzed, then it'll just attack you normally. It will do other attacks too, don't get me wrong, but most of the time it's just going to be using tail arrow, which is very annoying, but again, not the worst attack to ever happen in this dungeon. There are far worse things to happen. Trust me. I've had that happen to me in the last video. And it pretty much took the entire thing. Except for the last few minutes of it. Time for some more awesome things that go boom. Just boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? Anything I've been doing recently? Not really, just the same old, I guess.
Get ready.
To protect yourself from tail arrow, all you really have to do is be able to use protect. Or whatever. Protection. Protect. Talisman's gift. Yeah, one of those two abilities. And it'll make things better. Poisoning it also works out relatively well too, because it deals like 15k worth of damage as soon as it attacks. But all status ailments that it receives, it's gone at the end of the turn. One other thing to be thankful for is that this thing does not have a tendency to call in reinforcements on a constant basis, which is really good and very, very nice, because we only just have to fight one of these things in order to get the Cosmos Sands. Also, it may be beneficial to fight multiple amounts of these things at a time. I recommend no more than maybe 3 or 5. I'd say 3 just to be safe.
This one's putting up a fight.
Because they are pretty powerful despite them being pretty easy to take down. And like I said, they can overwhelm you. Or did I say that at all? Well, anyways, Cosmos Sand has been collected, rare monster defeated, time to move on to the next enemy. And this enemy is like the last enemy of which we fought before, except this time, it's gray. And it's the monster whose name is also the name of this place. Yeah. Much like the last guy, it also uses tail arrow. Wait, no, it doesn't. What am I saying? It has a bit of a tendency to use Death Claw. And that's quite a bit of a difference. Death Claw, I'm not sure what the percentage is for an insta-kill, but it's not very high. It's not a very high percentage. And really, the insta-kill effect only kills one unit within the union at a time, so that's not really anything major to worry about.
How dare you?
So, quite arguably, this thing can be easier to take out than the other guy that we previously fought. But really, I feel like this guy is slightly harder than the other one. That's just my opinion anyway. Also, Pack has learned a brand new ability known as Band of Champions. Band of Champions, what this does, it temporarily increases all stats of everyone within the union, including the user. very, very useful ability. Especially when you have weapons that allows you to have what am I saying? Weapons that have high evasion values.
Interesting.
Here comes another Death Claw. And Torgal's down. Well, that sucks. It really, really sucks.
Do not underestimate them.
Let's see, what else is there to mention? That I need to think about. Take this. Also, Emmy learned Silent Gas. Forgot to mention that too. Why am I mentioning this now? Because there really isn't much of anything else to say. After this enemy goes down, then the side quest will be basically done and over with. Finally, it'll be over. We can finally go home. No more boring baseball. Yay! By the way, that is actually my favorite episode of South Park. I think it's called The Losing Edge or something? Season 9, episode 5? I mean, I watched that episode recently. It really is an awesome episode. Favorite part was when Randy kept getting carried away by the police and be like, "This is for what? This is for what? So I'm standing up for myself? I thought this was America. Isn't this America? Huh? It's America? I'm sorry, I thought this was America." That little montage was definitely my favorite part of the whole episode. The other really awesome part was the ending too, when Randy ended up fighting the Bat Dad. That was just funny, because the Bat Dad was like, "Go home, South Park! You can't beat Denver!"
I hope to put this power strong.
That hurt my throat a little bit. Not gonna lie. A little painful. Not good. Well, that's it. We took about approximately 4 trips throughout this entire freaking thing in the final part. Here, take your stupid ingredients and get out of my face. Yeah, you're happy, whoop-de-doo. Get lost. Go away and never come back. I hate you and your side quest. I freaking hate you. Did I mention how much I hate you? So, despite this, we just exit out the door, re-enter, and talk to the scientist like 2 more times. So, this invention actually turned out to be successful. What this invention was, it's a sex-changing potion, which turns you into the opposite sex. When he drank it, he turned into a woman. And it's like, what's the point? It's like, I want to be a young woman, but after drinking it, it turns out I'm going to be just an old lady with wrinkles and be like, "Get off my lawn! Get off my property, you young whippersnappers! Yeah!" So with that, the scientist says, "You're fired. I'm gonna go explore the world. Here, take my latest invention, even though it won't do much of any good." And we get some gold for our trouble. Finally, the side quest is over. And this video is about over too. So, this is General Snivy with Let's Play The Last Remnant. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next time, we're going to be exploring one of the most beautiful locations in the game. And I am seriously looking forward to it. See y'all then.